All right, so let's get started with our spreadsheets. Now, the first thing to notice is that on the form, it collects the responses, and sometimes you'll get some pretty unique graphs that work for what you need. So, like grade level in high school, you can see it's already made a nice pie chart for it. It's done a lot of work, and you can actually just go ahead and copy these and paste these into a spreadsheet or a document, a slide presentation, whatever. So just know that some of that's created, but we're going to learn how to manipulate the data on our own. So when you're in the form and you go ahead and click on the green sheet it'll open up the spreadsheet. And what we're going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this. Okay. So now that we have a copy of our spreadsheet, let's get started doing a few different things. So first of all, you'll see that this top row 1, is already frozen. You see this line that comes across as I scroll down. Those headers will always stay at the top. And you can adjust that just simply by grabbing this little frozen row line. So if I wanted to freeze the top 2, I could, and those 2 would stay. Now you also have an option to freeze the columns, and all you have to do, like if you wanted the first name to stay as you scrolled over to the right, you can just move that bar and freeze those rows. So know that exists. Another thing that's really helpful in here is if you needed to select all of your data, you can always just use this little box. I call it the awesome box, and when you select it, it'll select the entire spreadsheet, which is really, really helpful. Now, sometimes you need to organize your data in a different way and actually move these columns around. So you can click and drag on any of this stuff, like I can put last name first or first name last. I can also do the same thing with the rows, but I want to be a little bit more efficient than that. So for example, if I wanted this organized by last name, on column C, you can see there's a little drop down here and this option to sort sheet A to Z. If I do that, that's going to sort these last names alphabetically, and it's going to adjust the each row. Now, in this case, I might actually want to sort the sheet alphabetically, but also by class. And so if I wanted class first, I'm actually going to sort this sheet Z to A, and that's going to put my sophomores up top and then my juniors below. And again, those are all listed alphabetically, which is really, really helpful as you start doing some of this. Now, some other things that are really useful in here is using these filters. So if I select the row, if I only wanted to see the juniors, I could use this little filter option and create a filter. When I do that, you see this little green drop down that'll show up right here. I can select that and it'll tell me here. In this column, I have blanks of juniors and sophomores. So if I clear all and I only want juniors, I can select that and I'll be left. Notice the row 21 and 22, it doesn't move them. It's just filtering the view so I only see those juniors. I could do the same thing in column E, for example. If I wanted only people who were, I'll put on the filter, and I could change it. I only want people who are 15. And you'll see I only get those responses shown there. So that's one really useful way to start organizing some of the data on your sheet. I'm going to turn the filter off, and I want to talk a little bit about this Explore button on the bottom. So Google Sheets tries to help you out as best it can. If you select this Explore button, you have some really kind of cool stuff. One is just simple formatting. And if I select that, it's going to just add in some colors for alternating rows. So it makes it a little visually easier for me as I look through all of this data. You can see that it's offering to make some pivot tables and some charts for me, but none of these are exactly what we want. So we're going to learn how to do this on our own, okay? But just know that Explore button exists, and if you select certain data, it is going to give you different results in here.